It's a lifestyle of ministry. What is ministry? It's people. What is ministry? It always looks for opportunities, but it never has to barge in to get on the stage or get in the front of people. It's just in the places you least expect it. Like one Christmas Eve, somebody drove down from Illinois and they wanted to take our family out to a restaurant. And they asked us what our favorite restaurant was, and we said Macaroni Grill. And it had just opened back then, so it sort of dates us. So anyway, we went to Macaroni Grill on Christmas Eve, and after we were all done, we had so much fun. The place was packed. We were sitting at this long table in the middle of the restaurant. And when it came bill time and the guy brought around our bill, I just sort of motioned to him, and I said, hey, could you lean in? We'd like to thank you. And so we began to sing in luscious 4-part harmony, have yourself a merry little Christmas. And so as we began to sing quietly, the more we sang, the quieter the restaurant got. The quieter the restaurant got, the louder we got. Suddenly it's performance. So by the time we got to, so have yourself a merry little Christmas. I mean, full-blown concert, right? And so we get all done with this great ending, and the whole restaurant begins to applaud. I don't know what came over me, maybe because I'm not inhibited, because I couldn't see them. But I picked up my water glass and stood up and I said, well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's all sing. We wish you a Merry Christmas. The whole restaurant took off singing. What a Hallmark moment. One time we'd come in off the road, this is when we were still living in the Midwest, and we'd had, you know how you are on the road, and you have every kind of sandwich and junk food and all that stuff. So finally we'd come in, and we came for a home-cooked meal. I didn't make it, of course, but we went to this restaurant where it was a buffet line, and we were enjoying everything, and it was warm and wonderful, and we were just oohing and awing. And so when we were all done, I requested for the manager to come to our table. And the guy said, the manager? And I said, yes, please, could you have the manager come? Well, we had to wait for a little bit, but when the manager came, he came with a bit of an attitude. He was already defensive. And when he stood at our table, I said, Mr. Manager, we just have one thing to say to you. So we broke out in 4-part harmony. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Thank you, Mr. Manager. The meal was mighty fine. He stood there with a tear rolling down his cheek, and he said, the first time I've ever been thanked for a meal. Who have you thanked lately? Who have you noticed lately? Here we are grooming ourselves full of the Word of God, and we're overlooking people and opportunities. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Leaders of today and tomorrow. You're not just about tomorrow, you're about today. There are people in your pathway. Don't overlook them.